A bit of a peek here onto the river. We're looking at two roams, we're looking at Unigo, and we're looking at Troll, denying entry for this Franco, and Sison secures that purple just for himself.
Look at the pressure here. I mean, even just from Cannon right into Tarzan's jungle, just making it uncomfortable for him, right? They wanted to get that retribution out, they did that. And as I was mentioning yesterday, when we saw Cannon playing this Paquito, it was an amazing performance. He's looking to pretty much do the same thing here for this matchup against Sanji in the lane. So at this point, once again, pretty simple back and forth. Little poking for these guys here in the XP lane, but that's what you can expect. Duking it out, punching it out, leading into that first turtle later on.
Love the emblems here for the Philippines, having two concussive blasts present as well as the quantum charge. Having an early game advantage of HP-based AoE is one more way to sustain the pokes out of Troll and as well as Sanji. If you want to have a great fight up against a Fredid, you don't want to get taunted, you want to get being caught up in a trap, and as well as you want to have that follow-up in the right time, such as this. Look at that, Cannon and Sanji. We have the XP lane matchup on our cameras. We have 25 seconds for the first objective to show, but the action continues to brew up top there. Looking by the attention of the gold lanes, four members up top.
Those jump in, first blood already claimed. Tarzan gonna fall, Troll has to flicker out. The rest of the team making their way there. The first blood in the hands of Saison on this Baksha. And look at the cuts too happening here from Cannon. They're preparing for that turtle. So he cut the wave. Paquito now making his way there to the turtle. They're going to set this up, right? Level 4 is also coming online. Sanji going to get spotted out, has to flicker out defensively. Not going to want to get caught here. Unigo going to go ahead and charge up with the Rage Revenge combination. Doesn't have the ultimate just yet, does get hooked. He will go down here, taking the brunt of the damage. Falls to Sanji. Now Cannon getting in play. Saison trying to get his role here. He's gonna get locked down a little bit. Tarzan claims the turtle. Big pickup, and now they're gonna go ahead and focus Saison down. A couple of hits away. Cannon comes in with a punch. Still gonna be looking for another. Somehow gets another kill there. But it will be a bloodbath. Turtle secured for Saudi Arabia, plus a couple kills. Cannon and
so close, Arcangel.
Oh, so close.
That point, messy. But that's just Saudi Arabia taking the first objective out of the hands of Saison. Look at that. The hook from Troll.
That was a nice toss-up.
He stunned Unigo. Looking for an avenue to even stun four members using Titan's Revenge was completely denied right onto his face. By looking at the coverage of this turtle bit, Tarzan has a clear way of utilizing that retribution. It was on point, on par with the damage, although this is the threat of the Paquito getting through a clapback, but it wasn't enough just yet. Also, it was a way for the peel for the Philippines to go back to their base.
Okay, Primal Wrath used here. Cannon gonna get poked down a little bit by Sanji. Has to respect that damage once that Primal Form is gonna be used. Hold on, meanwhile in the jungle, cross-map play. Troll gonna be quite low here. They gotta wait a little bit longer. He's not where he needs to be. The flicker comes through. Unigo still on the run. Will get taken out by Cuff, been able to pick up the kill. Nice pickup for Saudi Arabia. They've got the fight in them. And now it's even across the board, gold and kill-wise. Saudi Arabia sticking it to the Philippines right now, keeping it there with them. Cannon, very aggressive. This is what he likes to do in the Paquito. But Saudi Arabia, they're doing it. They're holding their own against the Philippines.
Impressive rotation for Troll. Gotta hand it to him. Utilizing the focusing mark on those three members for Saudi Arabia gives so much. Even though that's a bit of an attribute for your magic and attack damage, for defensive Philippines right now, having a rock and a quantum charge is a bit of a big effect. Look at that.
Troll once again, nice hook. He gets the hook off, but not able to get the kill. Rekicano survives. Now Lark's going to be in trouble. Firing off from the back. That could have gone way worse there. Again, a great attempt from Troll. He used the flicker and the hook. Could have been way worse for him, but now turns out they just put their eyes on this turtle. Should be able to claim it once again. The Bloody Hunt's gonna come down. They're looking for a kill. Unigo only can provide information, but Tarzan, king of the jungle, able to secure the second turtle.
Catching Unigo again. Finding the setup, struggling to find a set for Philippines right now. Despite what's happening, the lead is just by 100, despite a gold. And boy, for the progress of Cannon right now, even for Saison. We have Molten Essence now showing up for Gatiana as well. Let's check how he's been doing. He has Berserker's Fury, he has Boots now to even move freely. So the critical chance of even attack damage could actually be beneficial for Philippines, but they need more than that. Look at that poke onto Tarzan, still being able to survive that pokes and damage. Being on the sustain though, Saudi Arabia maintaining the rotation onto their gold lane. They have, and they want to Lark have the best time the complete gold lane experience, as you say.
Yeah, and to get to that point, I love what Saudi Arabia is doing, right? For the most part, it's on the whims of these hooks from Troll. Tarzan controlling his jungle the best way he can. Just then, he got his purple buff stolen by Saeson, though. So he's got to keep it together, right? He has been winning these objectives, though. He's got 2 turtles early game. If he can secure the 3rd one, that's a great start once again for Saudi Arabia into the Lords later on. Now the focus, look at the flicker come through. Inigo able to get the rage off. Comes Cannon, able to get the kill. Troll will fall. Now Tarzan and Lark on the run. Still going to be going. Cannon, 1-2 punch. Looking for the follow-up here. Waiting for the damage, but won't be able to find it. Archangel might be looking for that follow-up, but won't be able to snipe them off. Had the vision. And now back to the mid lane. They're going to go ahead and reset 30 seconds away from the next objective, but the turret in the bottom lane will fall.
Finally, steel leg plates present for Unigo, able to respond to deflect that basic attack damage coming from an Irithil. A good chance, finally had a good set for Philippines right there. That is the coverage you can do as a Cooper. Bounce around the bushes, check and paces for Saudi Arabia where they might be, because in this 3rd turtle, Philippines would want to take this. It has been 2 objectives being stolen by Tarzan. Saudi Arabia gaining control over the B line, and as well as defense right now. It's quite strong, but on to the advantage of the goal as well. Philippines on the lead. A hook again. The Troll landing it though.
Hook gonna land. There's the onward. They get the flip off too. Still working on this turtle. Not gonna be able to contest it just yet. Saeson trying to get in position. Cannon there too. Tarzan gets it though somehow. Can they find the kills they're looking for? Inigo waiting to see what's gonna happen here. Nice shot. Troll will fall. Pick up for pickup. 1 for 1. Still going to be unleashing. Cannon looking for an angle here. Has that fully stacked bar. The champ stance. No follow-up kill just yet. And it's a 1 for 1. The Turtles, though, OSX secured 3 for Saudi Arabia here.
Still, Saudi Arabia winning that objective. Troll used the flicker on Saeson. How do you manage to have a great calculation and precision on that retribution? There were 4 members, 3 was just looking at him, stunned, all the taunts dropping down right in his face. A big of a problem, and as well as how do you even manage to sustain and even get out of that threat? Completely taking out the jungler steal or even retribution by Philippines. Wow, managing to have that kind of vision coverage. A different team, again, a growth day by day. Saudi Arabia. Still, Philippines managing to secure the over 2.5K.
We just take note here too. Saudi Arabia holding their own 8 minutes into the game against the Philippines, a team that we saw very dominant yesterday, winning in 11 minutes per game against Indonesia. Now Saudi Arabia has to prepare for this. Sanji gonna be the target. There's the rage, the setup. That's too many here. He will fall on the top side. All this, a pickoff for the Philippines. Now looking for the next. Troll trying to set up here, keeping an eye on where they're going. Again, tier 2 is the target in this top lane.
This is the growing threat right now of Philippines just being in the mid game. Having a bit amount of kill for Saeson, even items for Workapiano, you might want to get those tankier items, and as we see, he has to read an armor, he has more ways to deflect the poke of Coffin as well as Sanji by the Primal Wrath ultimate. So this right now, they're buying more time. By the pickup of Lightning Storms by Archangel here, advantage for the poke, and advantage as well for a bit of a cooldown. Looking at the movement speed right here, he's looking for the scaling attributes that we see as staple build for Navaria, but that time, they were eyeing on a great setup. They're building towards their momentum heading into ultra late game. This is just the time of Philippines that they need to have an established defense against Saudi Arabia. Meanwhile, 2 men spotted though, Sanji and Troll.
Lord half health here. Inigo gonna go in. Defines 2 with rage, able to hold them back. Meanwhile, Lord's gonna be secured by Saeson. Still looking for the kills. They're on the retreat though. Saudi Arabia losing Tarzan. They can't fight this. Philippines, this is where they shine though. The macro play. Saudi Arabia has held the early to that mid game very well, but it's slowly but surely slipping out of their favor into the Philippines' hands here.
Don't blink. Almost 5K gold lead on to the Philippines right now. 10 minutes in. Managed to take that Lord. Yes, they lost all their turtles, they lost all the trades, but into the objectives and as clears, they have eye mostly on the defenses of Saudi Arabia. Little that they know, they only have 5 turrets left in their own base, and now they're being pushed to defend.
Unigo charging up here. He's going to find the target once again. 2 members into the rage. Look at the hook, though. They pull him back into the base here. Saison in trouble. Will fall under the turret. It was a response from Saudi Arabia. They have to work on this Lord on the top side. They'll lose a couple turrets, tier 2, mid and bottom. But they have a response from the Philippines. They are the ones responding right now, but at least able to find something.
Yeah, Troll extending the way and the length of this hook again. We've seen it time and time again, landing the perfect hooks, landing the perfect flickers. As the mindset right now goes around, Troll probably wants to make a play here. Having to make a play out of Philippines frontline and backline is so beneficial that they need so much of a damage and of a kill. By looking at the items in progress here, Clint, on the other hand, we're looking at Recreano's build. Berserker's Fury, Endless Balance, as well as Malefic Roar. Damage penetration, activated basic attack hits, and as well as amplified movement speed. Freely, he can be safe around the map, he can be safe around the back line, but you need to also be aware of where the hooks will be landing from. Knowing that the Coffin rather, has Lightning Truncheon and Magic Shoes, we have cooldown reduction imminent, but one thing you need to consider here is the deflect damage and armor of an Edith. You have the Dominance Ice, you have the Athena Shield, and you have the Blade Armor. Freely deflecting basic attacks of a Clint, but at the moment that they want to have an established or a precise attack on the Philippines lineup, they need to secure who they want to pick. Is it Gariano or will it be Saison? Rolling in deep here on enemy territory, Philippines.
Good pick up there, Lark. Getting the Host Claws finally here, helping with some of the sustainability. Look at the top side, though. They're actually chasing down Canon. They won't be able to catch him, though. So able to survive that. Now, the biggest thing that stuck out to me when you were breaking down the items there, OSX, was actually the fact that, once again, Canon on this Paquito is built for damage, right? The last item he picked up was the Malefic Roar. And that's why I'm saying it's so hard, because even if you focus, even if Troll can get a target, right? If it's Recutiano, they still have to deal with this Paquito in the hands of Canon, locked and loaded, right? He's pretty much pure damage for the most part. He might have a little bit of defense here, but still, that is a problem for them. So that's why you're seeing Recutiano pretty much safely farm up, do his thing until later on in the point of the game where he is the one that actually gets to provide a lot of that damage, and Canon is just there to either clean up or start things off for the team here. Now that this Lord is up, we'll see where they go. Conceal play going to come through. Troll could be in trouble. Inigo going to jump in. They follow up with the Rage. Sanji and Tarzan trying to cut them off. He will go in with the Onward and the Flicker. Rectiano in trouble. Look at the cannon, though. Goes in on the back line. Takes too many hits. Will fall. Biting off a little bit more than he could chew. 1 down for the Philippines, 2 for Saudi Arabia. But can they take the Lord here? It's a little bit too much. Jungler for Philippines still up. It's a little risky if Tarzan goes for this.
Yeah, they have the Retribution present for Team Philippines. They have more ways of answering this. They just need to pull it on their side, as Saison is doing. Meanwhile, we're looking at Saudi Arabia looking for an advantage to have a Retribution skill battle here. Uniga as well, good positioning. Now the ultimate has been taken by Coffin. We are about to see 2 Tyrants Rages and Tyrants Revenge right onto the set. But looking at this, holding down the jungler
once
just
again,
at this moment.
Gets the lockup with the Rage. Recutiano taking quite a few hits. Lord's going to be secured, though. But Lark finally unleashing on this Irithyll. Helps out, get a kill. Coffin hasn't died yet on this Valentina, providing quite a bit of damage. They know the Lord has been secured here, but they're still going to try to get at least a turret work around it. Troll, looks like he used the conceal, but not going to be able to find a target.
Yep, also cooldown onto this Flicker, and still Coffin is holding on to the ultimate of a Kufra. Might as well get this additional extra catch or even hold, because at the time they were looking for even catching Cannon. Yes, they have an answer on taking 1 out of the change when they're trying to get ahead or trying to get a steal with the Lord, but looking back on how they wanted to utilize more of the items, they only picked up 3 items when they all fall down. This time around, they were probably building up something to have a counter with the damage. But just by looking at the progress of Saudi Arabia, looking at Franco alone, Dominance Ice, and also Rapid Boots, gets him ahead. But there was some sort of hesitation there, going for even an entry back then when the Lord's being taken by Philippines.
Again, we'll see how this plays out. Right, Lord going to go ahead and charge up into the turret. They've got to be on the defense here. You heard the conceal come through. Look at the shots coming from Arcangel here with the Astral Recall. Yes, and that is a threat alone, just the poke, right?
Wow.
From the Archangel.
Wow. Wow, I'm proud of you, man. You said it. And just by looking at the votes on Arcangel there, being deathless, has a great amount of poke, a great amount of burst, but this moment right now, 15, 16 minutes in, this is where he shines. Ice Queen 1, you have the Lightning Truncheon, scaled up attributes. You have magic penetration presence. Building up to the final second last item would be beneficial for him to actually get ahead of the burst. Look at that, landing all those
They're gonna go for it. Tarzan caught out. Look at the hook though! Able to find them. There's the Bloody Hunt. They're gonna go ahead and trade. Immortality will be popped, but Cannon goes in the backside. Unigo trying to help salvage this situation here. They lose two. Sason not done yet. Gonna force them back. Cuffin goes in with his own copy of the Rage. They're going at it. One left. Troll left to his own devices. Is it enough? It's only a Franco. We get the close-up zoom-in shot. It's 1 versus 4. Can he keep the game together? It does not look like he can. Franco man can't do it. Philippines will take game number 1 in this upper bracket match in the best of 3.
And just you thought, they lost the early game. Composition, insurance. Right now, Team Philippines finding their way through macro-wise onto the objective, losing 3 turtles.